All right, let's wake up our minds here. It is Thursday, the 5th day in March. We are going to play some of our favorite NBA trivia games that we do on a day-to-day basis. Feel free, by the way, if there's any group break spots or personals you want to buy and negotiate, just got to let me know, and we can definitely make that happen. But without further ado, let's start with the NBA jump shot game. Guess that NBA jump shot. Why is this so hard? So this is a very old school guy, huh? But there is a three-point line. There is a three-point line. This is a really, yeah, I'm thinking like, I see a little Steve Nash. I was thinking a little John Stockton, maybe an Allen Iverson kind of player. Honestly, ASL, I was thinking very similarly in that range, right? Smaller guard, gotta be a legend. That's what I was trying to do. Look at the hair. Yeah, it does look a little Steve Nash-ish. I can't lie, that does look pretty Steve Nash-esque. It is not Steve Nash, but this guy did debut in that decade, so the 90s, and retired before 2014. Okay. We know it's an Eastern Conference player. We do know it's an Eastern Conference player here. Should I try Iverson? Iverson was 90s and then retired in, what, 09? 10? I think I want to try Iverson. Not Iverson. Oh, Iverson. Oh, my God. Of course. The famous 1996 NBA draft. How can I forget that Iverson and Nash were the same exact draft class? So this is going to be a guy, yeah, debuted in the 90s, Eastern Conference known, retired before 2010. So this guy probably had a pretty short career. This guy had a pretty short career here. Not thinking Spud Webb. Nah. It's because that would be, I got to look through the divisions here. This guy, I feel like this is going to be a tough one. I feel like this is going to be a tough one. So if I go to the NBA, let's go to these divisions. So we're looking at, it's not the Atlantic, so we're looking at Central, which is going to be Pistons, Cavs, Bucks, Bulls, and Pacers, or the Magic or the Southeast with the Magic, Heat, Hornets, Hawks, and Wizards. I'm trying to think of smaller point guards, well-known guys throughout this time frame there. I'm thinking maybe along the lines of a Mark Jackson, Mark Price. I don't know if I hate the Mark Price because that is a big man right there. John Starks. John Starks was a point guard. Hornets would have like that's not Muggsy, is it? Muggsy's not that tall. Kind of does look pretty short though, doesn't it? Let's just try Muggsy. Oh, Muggsy's not even on this, so that helps everything. Let's try Mark Price. Okay, so it's not the Central Division, so we're definitely looking at a Magic, Heat, Hornet, Hawk, or Wizard. Magic, Heat, Hornet, Hawk, Wizard. Tim Hardaway Sr.? When he played for Miami, I know he probably wouldn't be a Miami Heat guy. He'd probably come up as a Warrior, but I know he did have to spend some time in Miami. They had clearly a really big man. They had a really big man. Washington guards during this time. Does that be Jordan? I'm trying to think of guys that Jordan could have played with in that early 2000s. I'm not going to get there. Charlotte. Does Charlotte have a guy? Because that could be Alonzo Mourning setting the screen. That guy's too big to be Alonzo. I don't think that is Alonzo. Magic, Orlando Magic would be like, who was the guy? Scott Skiles, right? Broke the record. Scott Skiles not even on here, so it's not going to be him. God, I'm struggling. I think I'm going to go Tim. I think I got to try Hardaway. I know it's going to be, yeah. It's not going to show that either. So this guy debuted in the 90s, retired in the 2000s, before 2010, so short career. Huh. It's a tough day to get it. I've never seen the silhouette look like this either, honestly. I've never seen the silhouette look like this. I got to get someone in this range, though. Penny? That guy's too small to be Penny Hardaway. You know what? Maybe I'll try Spud. No, Spud Webb's not even on here. No Spud Webbs. It's got to be kind of a well-known guy. It's got to be kind of a well-known guy then. Heat guards in the late 90s, early 2000s would be like Steve Smith, but he was more of a hawk. Small guards like that. Jason Williams, no. Gary Payton, no. Kendall Gill, no. I'm trying to think of those Larry Johnson teams. No, it's not going to be like Glenn Rice. Wizards. Small point guards for the Wizards during this time. It's not going to be Tiny Nate Archibald. That's way too late. You know, this one's got me stumped. It's one of the first ones of these guess that. Oh, this is classics. No wonder this is hard. I just realized we're doing the classics one. Obviously, we're doing classics. It's not from now, but I just realized that it's going to be way harder because of it. I think I'm just going to have to give this one up, guys. I hate to do this to you. Mr. The guy that fell over and got stepped over by Allen Iverson. The answer was current Clippers head coach Tyronn Lue. I would have never gotten no Ty Lue. Let's do the current one. This will help. Current NBA jump shot. This will make me look better. This will show you guys I know. So at least I know a little bit. Ooh, okay. Running up. Quick jump shot off the catch. I'm not seeing it immediately. Yeah, looks like a bigger man. Looks like a more of a power forward kind of guy, like a stretch big. I don't think it's Miles Turner. I don't think it's Chet. I'm going to go with let's think. Who's a good player to go with here? Let's just go with like a nice little Andrew Wiggins. Awesome. So we got nothing. So we know he's not a small forward, power forward. He's not within 2 years of 30. He's not in the Eastern Conference. So we know it's a Western Conference player that's not a small forward, power forward. So Western Conference big men that can shoot. That's not Porzingis, is it? That looks a little too fast for Porzingis, right? Yeah, it's not Porzingis. It might be Porzingis' jump shot. Doesn't look. It looks too short. That's too short for Porzingis. But you know, Porzingis is on the Warriors, so he can take a shot. So we know it's Pacific. We do know it's a center power forward, and his jersey number is a single digit. I can get there. That's all I needed. So here we go. Western Pacific, Lakers. Rui Hachimura, not a center power forward. DeAndre, ooh, this could be Ayton. That looks like a pull-up midi from DeAndre Ayton. But I'm going to go through other teams. Kings. Kings aren't going to have a big man. I know their jump shot. It's not Sabonis. It's not Keegan Murray. It's not Maxime Reynaud, I don't think. I think he wears a bigger number than single digits either way. Can move on. Clippers. It's not going to be Yannick because he wears 14. It's not going to be Isaiah Jackson. He doesn't wear a single, so I'm going to eliminate the Clippers. The Suns. Suns don't really have any shooting big men I can really think of off the top of my head. I think I got to go with DeAndre Ayton. Yep. There it is. DeAndre Ayton. Pick and roll with Luka. Pull up midi. There you go. DA. I like it. There we go. DeAndre Ayton was today's player. We got that in 3. Guessed Wiggins. I don't know why I started with Wiggins. That was a terrible start. But now you guys know what we be doing on NBA HoopGoat, our favorite mini games. Here we go. Let's do our start bench cuts of the week. NBA start bench cuts. Starting off with a good one. 3 rookies. How would you go about these rookies? I hate to do it to Ace Bailey. I just haven't seen enough of him yet. I know he's probably got the highest ceiling out of all of these guys, but I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, Ace. I think I'm going to start Con, bench VJ, cut Ace. 81% of people doing that. You got 10% of people starting VJ. They probably really remember that first game of the season when he dropped, 33 points in the first game. But Con broke the rookie record for 3-point scoring, shooting over 40% from 3. He's been incredible. Got to give the starting nod to Con. Honestly, this one is fairly easy for me as well. I think I got to bench or cut DeAndre Hunter. He's a clear tier and at least a tier below those 2 guys. I value the forward versatility of MPJ over Josh Giddey, but if you were starting a team from scratch, I could see why you'd want Josh Giddey. I value that forward scoring just a little bit more, so I'm going to take MPJ and his size. Wow, if we're going all at their peak, all at their best season, I hate to do this. I'm probably cutting Kyrie at his best season just because I don't think his best season was ever MVP caliber like these 2 were. Going off of who I'd rather have between these 2, I think I'd go AI and then D Rose. Most people are actually benching Kyrie over D Rose. I don't hate that. But the funny thing is here, if you were to tell me that I'm taking this player as my second best player on my team, I'm definitely going in this order. That's what I'm saying, Ace. If we're going career based, Kyrie is definitely higher than Derrick Rose in my all-time rankings. But if we're going peak for peak season, I think I have to go in this order if we're going peak for peak season. This one is very easy. Cooper Flagg, Trey Murphy, Anthony Simons. We can move on. This one is also very easy. Scotty Barnes, Norman Powell, DeJounte Murray. If DeJounte played more basketball, he probably would be over Norman, but he has not recently. Ooh, it's a good one. This is a good one. Let's compare some statistics here. Gilbert Arenas. If I go to Gilbert Arenas's, not AI mode, sorry, not meaning to do all that. Let's go to his basketball reference. His best season, he was 8th in MVP voting, 28 points per game, shooting 37% from 3. Washington years, 29 points per game is going to be very, very hard to top for both of these guys. John Wall's best season would likely be this one when he was 7th in MVP, shooting 32% from 3, but 45% from field goal, 23 and 11. He's probably the best passer, in my opinion, out of all 3 of these guys, John Wall. And then, unfortunately, I think we're coming to the conclusion that we're going to have to cut De'Aaron Fox. 25.6 assists is fantastic, but the efficiency isn't there. The defensive impact isn't there. I don't think I can make the case for De'Aaron Fox over either of these 2 guys. I'll put my personal bias in there and go John Wall over Gilbert Arenas because I value passing so much with my point guard position, and I was such a John Wall fan growing up, but it's very close between the former Wizards guys. Fox, I love you, but I got to cut you here. Let's go off right now just because I want to have an easy excuse to cut Bradley Beal, and we'll go in that order. If we're going off right now, this is very simple. If we're going peak for peak NBA season, this one's also pretty easy. You've got to start Lowry because he was a 29-point-per-game scorer. Zebo is much better than Karolinko. I hate to cut Karolinko. It's just he's not really on the tier of these 2 players. Franz, Derek White, and Denny. That is a really tough one. Let's go current today right now who I'd take for the next 3 seasons. Just because all of them are so good right now. I got to start Denny. So close. I value the shooting of Derek White so much and the ball handling abilities of his over what Franz brings to the table. But it's so close, man. It's so close. I think Denny is the clear starter here. And exactly, Asal. Don't forget, Derek White is such a great perimeter defender. But I will say Franz has the size to be a better defender. But, man, Derek White is such a good player all around that I got to go White. Yikes. I'm going to skim through this one. I don't really care to look at their statistics. I'll go like this. I don't know if that's correct, but I love Chris Bosh when he came over from Toronto. Amari Stoudemire is fantastic. It looks like I'm not wrong for putting Rashid at the bottom of this list. So I'll go Chris Bosh, Amari, Rashid, but that's another good one. Let's do our keep 4, cut 4. Keep 4 players, cut 4 players. Kyrie, I feel like I can't feel bad about starting by keeping Kyrie. I can't feel bad about it. Ray Allen. I don't want to cut Ray Allen either. Ray Allen. I mean, I feel like if I'm building a 4, Kyrie and Ray Allen as a backcourt sounds fantastic. You got the offensive ball handling abilities, and Kyrie got the off-ball shooting ability, and Ray. If we get a better player, though, I'm going to feel pretty bad about this, especially if this is a shooting one. Derek White, I feel good about cutting. Tiny Nate Archibald, I love you. I know you're a legend. I'm going to cut you. Peyton Pritchard, got to cut Peyton. Wow. So I should have kept Tiny because I got to cut Antoine. Antoine Walker. Let's look up Antoine Walker's best season because I swear he had one season where he was over I thought he was like a 23 point per game scorer. Yeah, exactly. 23 points per game. 23-22 for a good 5-year stretch with Boston. Antoine was nice. I mean, he was a 36% 3-point scorer, 43% scorer. I don't want to cut Antoine, but if we're getting Celtics, you know what? Let's keep Antoine. Screw it. Got to keep Larry. See, showed you, Asal. I knew it. I should have cut Antoine because then I would have had a great 4. Should have cut Antoine. I would have had a great 4. But hey, met him at a card shop. He's a unit now. Oh, I'd imagine Antoine Walker's a unit. But there you go, KG. My real 4 would have definitely been Kyrie, Ray, Larry, and KG. That'll do it for our basketball mini trivia games. Let's make some deals.